Hi, everybody. This is Christina with Rock on Request Magazine, and we're here today speaking with Nicho, who is the frontman for The Rare. And The Rare is a band that I feel lucky to have been introduced to since I've been out in the high desert. But I expect to see them doing a lot more in a lot of places very soon. So, how's it going, Nicho?
It's going very good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. My pleasure. It's a long time coming, right?
Right, yeah, taking
we've
a little bit of time.
been talking about this, but I'm glad we're finally here. And there's a lot that I would like our readers and our listeners to know about The Rare. Unfortunately, I can't tell them. So I'd like to maybe have you do a little intro, if you will, of how the band sort of got together, came to be. I know you're the driving force behind this project, and you have a lot of exciting things that have been going on lately. So can you just give us a little background?
Absolutely. We are your typical mainstream rock band here in Southern California. Started just like any other band, some guys getting together, and it just kept evolving into what it is now. And we just keep putting out music, playing shows, wherever we can, whatever we can do. And yeah, that's it. Just evolving.
Always evolving.
Always,
right?
you have to.
In
keep
this
growing.
business. Well, tell me a little bit about the sound of The Rare. Now, for me, and this is the best of my experience here, I love bands that have a blend of genres, if you will. And I think that now the majority of people out there are trying to not just stay pigeonholed.
Right.
Now, would you agree that The Rare has, sort of combined a love of different musical genres into what their sound is?
I do. I think we encompass a different sound based on obviously our inspirations and motivations, what we want to accomplish. But musically, there's a lot of scenes, and it's very important that we don't fit into a scene, which we don't. We definitely don't fit into one particular group or one particular scene. I feel we bring something different to the table. I feel we really have something special to offer. We stick within our hard rock roots, but we do want to be able to move this in whatever direction we want to move it into. So it's important that we are versatile in our sound, and like I said, not into one specific scene. I think bands, they cut themselves short a lot of times because they're just rooted into one scene, and that attracts you to only bands that sound a lot like you. So I won't say a certain scene, but I think there's a few scenes you could throw, 1,000 bands in, put in a blender, pop out, like, that all sounds the same.
Right.
So it's really important to us that we have something different to offer. And that's what really drove the beginning of this is if you don't have something different to offer, don't,
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone has their own motivation, the reason they're doing it, but if you don't have something different to offer, you shouldn't be trying to push it to a big level. So.
Do you think that, with that said, the bands that are out there now, or the bands who are where you're at, you're trying to break out. You're making a name for yourself. You're trying to get out there more, do more things, and let people know that you're there, right?
Right.
Do you think the bands that go out there and they're just sort of regurgitating the same thing that everyone else has been doing for years, those are the ones who are going to fall short, and you're trying to avoid that?
Yes, we're trying to avoid that. I'll never be one to say that other bands are going to fall short. Don't wish bad upon anybody.
Sure.
You want everybody to be successful. I think it's where we live is very isolated, and so I think if we lived in Orange County or Inland Empire, some places that are much more populated, and the music scenes exist, there's a lot of bands. I think that you can see that those bands sound very similar to each
Right.
other. You got people jumping from band to band, and the real music isn't. I don't think it's sat down and thought out. We are here. I've had many nights. We're very isolated, and so it's almost like we're outside the box a little bit. And I think our perspective is different. And I think that's a huge advantage that we have that really comes out in our music, is that we're really able to sit back and watch everything else that's being produced, but make something that is more, that it is different, but it's outside the box enough to where it hopefully carry us to that next level.
Right. Well said. Very well said. You just released an EP, correct?
In January, yes.
In January.
Yes.
And that it has 3 songs on it, if I'm not
It
mistaken.
has 5.
5. Okay. Now you're also working on a full length, though, correct?
Correct. It's all finished. It's all done. It's actually going to be released this November.
November. Do you have an actual
November.
hard date?
We don't have a hard date yet because
Okay.
we're waiting to see when we're going to get all the presses in. So, but yeah, probably mid to end November. So,
And there was a lot of writing, a lot of dedication that went into your full length release. And I would like to know what your inspiration for a lot of the songs on this particular record is. And I know
I
that
love that question.
I know that can be very personal. Um, are you willing to give us a little insight into things that motivated you during this writing process?
Absolutely. All right, let's do it. Yeah, it's always I always write from a very personal standpoint. Sometimes I probably get a little bit too personal, and I don't mean too personal, but I get very real. There's a lot of real elements to our music that if you listen, you'll say, is that real? And
Mm-hmm. Did he meet
that's,
this?
That's real. That's a person. That's whatever the case may be. But these songs. Every song has a different meaning. There's a few of them that have come out from, we've been around for a while. We've been around for almost 7 years now. And there comes a point to where when you start feeling like the same people aren't giving you the time of day, you got to use that as motivation. You got to use it as fuel for your fire in a sense to kind of keep you going. So there are some songs that are aggressive in that sense of just showing that we're here. We work hard. We do what everybody else does. We dedicate so much time. It's amazing. And then there's some songs, a couple more personal songs. A lot of it. I like to draw positivity out of every situation. So it's not like negative songs or attacking individuals or anything like that. But it's more of aggressive. If anything, I think our music gets heavier, which usually is the other way around. Bands start out pretty heavy and then they start mellowing out.
Right.
For us, I really think if you listen to the very first songs and then you start listening to this stuff, it's getting heavier. And what's cool about that is it's very real. It's getting heavier because we're aggressive in that our shows and it's real to what we're going through.
Right.
Every band has setbacks. Every band has to claw and bite and punch and kick and do whatever they got to do to get shows, to get recognized, to get anything, interviews, to get whatever you got to get.
Right.
So I think that really comes through with the music, and I've always been a very real person, and so it's important to me that I get those things across. And I think I say some things on the CD that are going to make people go, "Did he really say that?"
But that's good. That's a good
So,
thing.
I love it.
mean, I've talked to a lot of artists in my day, and a lot of them will say that most of, or some of the best songs they've written have been out of complete and total despair,
Absolutely.
heartache, and whatnot.
Absolutely.
So,
Because there's no. I think a lot of times you'll hold yourself back if you're in the right state of mind to where those emotions, when you're vulnerable, it'll create something a bit more beautiful.
right.
Because you start looking at lines of creativity, you're like, yeah, let's do that. We've never done that before. Let's do that, and let's do that. And so we made sure to push that on this record, and it's our first full-length record too. So it's something I'm very proud about. We did a few EPs, and now it's time for our full length.
Right.
And I'm very excited. Very excited to get it out.
I'm excited to hear the full length. I have the EP. I really enjoyed it. We have a review coming for you along with this interview.
Very cool.
With
very
that,
cool. Thank
so
you so much.
I'm excited for the full length. I can't wait. Now, speaking of which, usually full length release means you're going to support it by being out there on the road and doing something.
Yes.
Do you have definite plans or any sort of game plan for going out to support the record?
We do. We have. I know you can see there's a whiteboard behind you. Don't show them, but yeah.
No, I'm not.
All our game plans are on the whiteboard behind you.
Exactly.
But
I know, but they don't know.
Yeah, we're a very strategic band, so we plan stuff out way far in advance. We do have some tours we're working on at end of November, December, and definitely beginning of the year. And we're working to, hopefully by March, we'll be touring consistently and just building from there. We do have House of Blues November 3rd in Anaheim.
Great.
And we have some other shows in November we're working on. Nothing confirmed yet. But that's all it is for us is once the CD comes out, you got to play wherever you can. And when you can, and we're all about it. We love playing. We just want to get on the stage. So
I'm excited. I'm going to go to that House of Blues show, so I'm really excited to see you guys finally play live.
very cool. It's gonna be fun.
Looking forward to it. Now, one other thing I wanted to ask you before we get to the couple fun stuff at the end.
All right, here we go.
Is no, just the video. You're going to be working on music videos coming up.
Yes.
I hear, or rather, I see on the whiteboard behind me that
You
no
see
one
the
else can
whiteboard,
see.
right?
Yeah, I'll just pan around now. But yeah, tell me a little bit, if you can, about this first video you're going to shoot. Do you have a theme or a concept for it yet?
Our concept is the song's called Vegas Valentine. We released it as a single a couple months ago. It's on the record. We're going to be it'll be the first music video off the record. It's an aggressive song. It is it's a fun song. It takes light of situations. You can draw from what you want lyrically, but it makes light of certain situations that we all go through. But it's important for me. The video is going to be based around a live presence and us performing live. We want to get that across, and I think nowadays for music and especially rock bands, it's important to really get your live show across in music videos, because that's what people are going to be judging you on. If they like
Right.
it, they'll come to your other live show. So it won't be some long, drawn-out story where at the end somebody wakes up from a dream or something like that. So it'll be it'll just probably just be short to the point, and
They wake up and they're in the desert.
there you go.
There you go.
There you go. I do that every day.
Yeah,
So so yeah, you'll just it's just gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be aggressive, have a little dark side to it, but it's gonna be a good time. So we're actually shoot that in 2 days.
Very cool. I'll make
So-
you an offer right now. We will feature it on the main page of the website when you have it done.
We're in.
So
Sold.
there you go.
Thank you.
And also, we could put it as our trailer for the YouTube channel as well.
Awesome. Awesome. That
Alright.
works. That works.
Very cool. Well, let me ask you then a couple interesting things.
All
No,
right.
I don't know. They're not that interesting.
No,
really.
let's do it. I'm excited.
No. We play a little game usually at Warped Tour, the genre game, where people like to make up their own genre for what they do.
Okay.
I'll just give you a couple of examples that kind of make the Hall of Fame. One band described themselves as Miley Cyrus on acid. Another one was dance hall fight club music.
Oh wow.
So you get the idea.
Those
so,
are good.
Yeah,
I
those
don't know
are
if
really
I'm that
good.
creative on the spot for names.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm not that good with names. I'm the kind of guy that has a dog for like 2 weeks and then I figure
And
out
then
the
you
name.
figure out a
Yeah.
name.
Gosh, what would you describe us?
Because that
I'd say it's like you're getting punched in the face by someone who loves you.
That's good.
Does that make sense?
no,
It's
it does. I
kinda
like that.
like you're kissing under the stars, but then
Right.
you start getting like choked out.
You're kind of like that sour commercial where they have those sour bears that they do something really nasty to you and then they apologize afterwards.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Okay,
That's
cool.
funny.
Then the other thing that we do, and I have done this with everybody, even Dee Snider played this game, so you get to do it too if you want, but you get to ask me anything under the sun that you want. Since you guys get asked questions all the time, I let
man.
you do the other. Doesn't have to be music related, can be.
Oh, it's gonna be music. It has to be.
It has to be.
Right. Let me see here. Favorite TV show?
That's not music related. You lied.
Right, I lied. I
You
totally lied.
So lied.
Only because my favorite one just came to an end. But I
Breaking
wanna know-
Bad.
Yes.
All the way.
Oh,
No
so
hesitation. I'm still in mourning.
Good. I know. I couldn't really believe it. It was kind of
yeah.
surreal. It was very surreal.
Very. And so much sadness. Oh my God. So
yeah.
much sadness. But yeah, that's definitely tops the list of my all-time
Tops the
favorites.
list.
Yeah. I mean, there's some really good shows out there, but that just had the best writing, I think.
Exactly. When they're so well written, it's awesome. It's very, and not just that, you go back and rewatch them and you see things you
Oh,
missed.
yeah.
And that's the best part.
Well, I'm all about art in every form.
Oh, okay.
So when it comes to writing, which I write myself, so there you go.
Very
But
cool. That's it.
yeah, I used to sing as well. So this is what led me into music and writing about music, kind of both of my loves there. But
Know what
that's a well-written show that I'm going to sorely miss.
Yeah, it was. It was a really good show.
Definitely.
Really
Well, then I will let you take us out by telling everyone what your internet presence is.
Internet presence.
Yes.
TheRareMusic.com, Facebook.com/TheRareMusic, YouTube.com/MusicTheRare. The list goes on and on. Visit our website though, TheRareMusic.com, and all our links are on there. We got tons of music videos coming out soon. New record this November, House of Blues November 3rd, and tour starting this winter. Because it's fall, yeah, just turned fall, yeah.
Right.
So this winter, November, December, January, we'll be out there on the road. So.
Well, be ready then, everybody, everyone who's listening, everyone who's watching, because these are some guys that you're going to need to keep track of. Trust me. Thanks, everyone. We're out.